Hey there, I'm Clayton Morris with your Fox Tech Take, and this week Samsung is out with their brand new flagship Android phone, the Samsung Galaxy S4. I've been playing with it for a few weeks now, and I wanted to give you my thoughts. First up, it feels plasticky in the hand, and that's for a good reason, because it's made of that polycarbonate material, so it has a plasticky feeling in the hand, not as sturdy and durable as the HTC One or the iPhone 5. In fact, they've even made the metal bands around the side appear to be metal, but in fact, it's plastic. The back has a textured back to it, although it doesn't actually have any texture at all. It's just light, shiny, and slippery. So overall, the form factor, it feels a little cheap in the hand. Let's talk about the screen. Samsung known for its displays. However, with the AMOLED screen that this boasts, colors don't necessarily seem accurate to me when compared with holding up the HTC One or the iPhone 5. Reds seem too red, oranges seem too orange, but photos show up beautifully on this screen, and all in all, it's a nice screen, and it certainly worked well out in direct sunlight in my testing of the phone. Let's talk about the software, because I feel like Samsung likes to create a whole bunch of different applications and features and gimmicks and throw them all at the wall and hope that a few stick. And that is certainly the case here. When you launch the phone for the first time, you're inundated with all sorts of new apps and features that you're never going to use, and you'll probably need a 400-page manual just to figure out how to get any of these applications up and running in the first place. For instance, Samsung has the new S Health application, S Memo, S Translate, S Voice, the Samsung App Store, the Samsung Hub, or Samsung Link, and that's not to mention all of the other crap apps that you end up getting on this phone. For instance, I'm using the Sprint model. Then I've got the Sprint Zone and a Sprint TV and Movie Zone that launches on my phone as well. Too many apps that I'll never end up using in the first place. And if those aren't enough gimmicks for you, how about this? Why not controlling the phone with your eyeballs? Samsung rolling out this eye scrolling feature, which in my testing worked terribly. Here's an example of how it's supposed to work. I glance down at the screen, a little eyeball pops up, and while I'm reading a web page, it'll allow me to continue reading without me using my fingers. Another gimmicky feature is the air gesture, so I can control my phone by waving my hand in the air. If you've ever used a Microsoft Kinect, you know that that's a similar feature. I never really got it to work well on here either, and I couldn't see myself sitting in a subway car waving my hand in the middle of the air to go between photos. One area where this phone really shines, though, is in the camera. It has a 13 megapixel camera built in, and it has beautiful software that Samsung pulled from their own Galaxy line of cameras inside the phone now. So I can swipe between beauty mode, drama mode, portrait mode, fast action mode. All of those features that you would associate with a higher end camera now built into the phone. So bottom line, if you're a fan of Samsung phones in the past, you're going to love this phone. It's faster, it has a better camera, and Samsung has really tried to improve on all the software in the areas they were criticized before. Good news. However, if you want a more elegant Android experience, my suggestion, go with the HTC One. Better software, cooler design, and much better hardware.